Seattle Mariners baseball on Root Sports, brought to you by Ford. We are local. And by the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting Cage Sport Mixed Martial Arts, April 27th. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. A little chilly, windy night out here in the pen. Brad Adam with you, getting you set for Game 3, the rubber game. Mariners and Astros, of course, both teams trying to win their first series of AL West opponents. I like this. It's good. It's history being made here at Safeco Field. Not a great one last night. We go up to the booth. Getting you set for the game is Dave Sims and Mike Blowers. Not a great score, guys. We know that. But the 9, there's some bright spots with the Mariners in their comeback last night.
That indeed, Brad, for sure. As Brad talked about, Raul Ibanez, he's back for a third time. He hit a home run last night. He's the all-time home run leader here in this ballpark and one of the bright spots in last night's ball game.
Well, he is, obviously. When we talk about Raul in the clubhouse and all the things that he brings, but he can still swing it a little bit, too. This is a curveball that Raul hits out for his first home run of the year, and because of that home run, he gets a start tonight in left field, and also will be hitting cleanup, so it's good to have Raul in the lineup as he gets his first home run last night.
Good pitching matchup tonight. Brad Peacock for the Houston Astros, bright young prospect, and Blake Bevan trying to get on the winning track. Did a lot of good things his first time out. He would like to get a W here this evening.
And I think Eric Wedge would also like him to pitch deep into this ball game. The bullpen has been taxed. He's talked about before with the way this schedule is, Dave, 14 games in a row for these guys. Blake needs to go deep. Started off well against the A's, and then he kind of faltered. I think the key against the Astros is not just throwing strikes, but quality strikes early on. We saw that they're an aggressive hitting club, and they'll take advantage of fastballs in the middle of the plate early.
Last night, did you forget about it? I did.
Yeah, it's done.
All right, bye, good night. Blake Bevan, more on him. Here's Angie Mentink.
I forgot about it, too. I didn't know what you guys were talking about. Yes. Hey, guys, I sat in front of Blake Bevan's parents sit down at a spring training game, and I thought for sure that they would be here at Safeco Field to see his home debut, but Blake told me no. They're not. That Mom and Dad, you are there, and that you are at home watching. So he wanted me to tell you he thought things were going to go much better tonight, and all he has to do is stop outthinking himself, something that his skipper echoes.
You know, he was doing what he needed to do, and then sometimes you try to preempt the process, and you can't do that. You got to let it play out and let them define what needs to be changed or what adjustments you need to make. So, he's still young. He's 23, 24 years old. He's still learning too. But and everybody knows where we're at today. Obviously, we know we really spent our bullpen last night. But he's a consistent pitcher. He's somebody you could trust. I think he'll go out there today and give us a fine outing.
Now, assuming that Blake doesn't throw a complete game, Eric Wedge will have a new option out there in the bullpen. Jen Mueller fills us in.
And a new name, Angie, for fans to get used to. Bobby Laframboise gets his first call up to the big league club. To make room for him, the Mariners option Lucas Lidke down to Tacoma. In 2 appearances for the Rainiers, Bobby has not allowed a run. Lucas, on the other hand, an ERA over 8 in 4 appearances with the big league club. He joins a couple of former teammates from AA Jackson in the bullpen, Carter Capps and Stephen Pryor. Also of note today, Toronto claimed Casper Wells off of waivers. He was designated for assignment right before the season started to make room for Jason Bay. Well, we are just getting started here at Safeco Field, and I hear that there are rumors tonight that Edgar Martinez himself might be in Edgar serving up the goodies. I have a feeling Angie and I will be fighting over who gets to go check it out. First pitch is straight ahead here on Root Sports.
Ferris wheel on the waterfront becoming one of the great landmarks here in Seattle, Washington. Cloudy, breezy night. Baseball on your TV this evening as the Mariners and the Houston Astros get together for the rubber match of their opening series here at home for the Mariners here at Safeco Field. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew, ready for action. Mariners just taking the field. Let's take a look at the batting order of the Houston Astros, managed by Bo Porter.
Thank you, Dave. Jose Altuve will lead off. 4 hits for him last night, including his first home run of the year. Then it's Maxwell Castro, the cleanup hitter and designated hitter tonight. Chris Carter, a couple of home runs for him in last night's game. Then it's Pena Martinez. Rick Ankiel getting his first start out in right field, hitting 7th. Dominguez and Gonzalez rounding out the 9 for the Astros. Numbers for Blake Bevan in 2012. 11-game winner for Blake, 152 and a third innings for him. ERA at a 4.43, 67 strikeouts, 24 walks. Opponent's average 281. Take a look at our T-Mobile defense. Raul Ibanez is getting the start in left field. Gutierrez out in center. Michael Saunders is your right fielder tonight. On the infield, Kyle Seager had last night off, back in the lineup playing third. Ryan Ackley up the middle. Justin Smoke is your first baseman. And Kelly Shopping getting his first start in the series. He will do the catching tonight. Blake in his last out, as you take a look at his numbers, 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned. He did not walk anybody. Started off great, no hit, the A's for 3 innings, and then things fell apart on him. So he's hoping to right the ship and get off to a good start here tonight.
There's Jose Altuve, a little 5'7" second baseman, talking to Bo Porter's manager. So people look at him and think, hey, yeah, you can get inside on him with the fastball. Well, he turned on one last night, a 2-1 pitch in the 4th inning, hit a 2-run homer. He had a big night, 4 for 6, 4 runs batted in, scored twice. What a rampage by the Astros. 16 runs on 22 hits, and they left 10 men on.
One of the things that we saw from them, we take a look at Wally Bell, the home plate umpire. Vanover is at first. Tony Randazzo at second base, and Manny Gonzalez will do his work over at third base tonight. But they were aggressive on the fastball early in the count, and a lot of fastballs in the middle of the plate. The Mariners paid for it. I think because of the struggles of the Astros, decided to go right after him. I think you can still do that. But Blake, with his fastball at around 90 miles an hour, will have to make quality pitches early.
Jose Altuve to lead it off. Step on the grass at third is Seager. And first pitch is ball 1. Pitch at 7-11, 56 degrees, wind northeast at 2 miles an hour. 2-0 the count. That win last night by Houston ended a 6-game losing streak. They won their opener and then struggled mightily. They have struck out more than anybody in the major leagues with 92 Ks thus far. First strike of the evening by Blake Bevan. Angry at himself after his last start. Thought things were going pretty well with the fastball. Very similar to what we talked about last night with Brendan Maurer. Got away from it, and then when he had to come back to it, it just became problematic as Altuve drives on a long way right field, and the catch is made by Saunders. Slams into the padding out there. He's in some trouble here. Hate to see him get hurt, be lost for a period of time. That shoulder hit athletic trainer Rick Griffin and manager Eric Wedge on their way out. What a great effort by Saunders.
So many times the outfielders will go back and they have a feel for where the wall is, and they'll be able to make an adjustment, but it looked like because Saunders had to reach up and catch it up against the wall, and you could see his shoulder as he buried it into the wall. Looks like Rick Griffin, the head trainer, is out there. Eric Wedge, and they're reaching for that shoulder collarbone area. That's never a good thing.
That is an absolute shame. Saunders off to a terrific start, hitting .286 with a homer and 5 runs batted in, and spraying the ball around the field, playing with tons of confidence. Boy, oh boy.
Well, one of the strengths of this club has been their defense, and their outfield play is excellent, especially with Saunders in right and Gutierrez out in center field. But Michael pays a price, and you can see the indentation in the padding, how hard he hit that wall. It's a great catch. I was surprised the ball actually carried that far. In my have fooled Michael also.
One thing we've learned about Altuve, with them here, the Astros in this division, little guy packs a lot of pop, just like Dustin Pedroia does, and he's a little bit smaller than Pedroia, the second baseman for the Red Sox. How about, let's see, watch his head, see how much of a jolt that takes, the neck. Yeah, that's shoulder, neck, a little everything.
And collarbone.
Jason Bays stretching quickly. He'll be pressed into service.
Eric Wedge wanting to give Michael Morris the night off. That's why Ibanez is in left field. So hopefully Michael will be okay. Mariners again starting off playing 14 in a row, get an off day, and then they go out for another 15. So they're trying to manage that situation here in the first month, and it's not going to help things if Saunders is hurt.
Valuable member of this team. Mariners be here through next Thursday, and then a quick road trip, 3 in Texas and 3 in Houston, then come back for the Angels for 4, and Baltimore for 3, and then into the month of May, and we'll barely be at home during the month of May.
Looks like they're going to take him out of the game.
Absolutely. Precaution, you got to take a look at it.
What a great catch.
Yeah, I don't like the way he's having to hold that right shoulder.
No, neither do I.
Did that in football years ago, and that is not good. Got away from it, and then when he had to come back to it, it just became problematic as Altuve drives on a long way right field, and the catch is made by Saunders. So Jason Bay is going to take over. Look at Saunders. That is one tough break for the Mariners and Michael Saunders. Yeah, that's not good. Terrific effort. Makes the catch. Bay warming up. Bay came into the ball game last night. Pinch hit in the 5th inning. Game was a blowout at that point. He got an infield hit in the 5th, the 7th inning home run, and a walk in the 9th. Scored a couple of runs.
As soon as we get a report on Michael, we'll give it to you. Hopefully it's something that maybe a couple of days, I'm hoping. That did not look good, though. Michael off to a great start. Already has a home run. Stolen 3 bases for the club. Swinging the bat well, hitting .286 coming into the game. So that's a big loss for the Mariners.
So 1 out. Easily one of the taller center fielders you'll see here, Justin Maxwell. Aggressive first pitch, right, easy plate. 2 outs. Bring up catcher Jason Castro. Castro 2 for 4 last night, couple of singles to center. 3 for 8 in the series. That's a huge loss for Saunders, because with Goody trying to spot him in and not wear him out and put him in jeopardy, Saunders is a guy who can play every outfield position, playing very well. And that's a tremendous asset that he's lost.
Yes, and offensively it hurts too, because Eric Wedge has been putting him and Gutierrez at the top of the lineup, and that has been working out well for both of them and the club. So he'll have to make an adjustment to that too.
Injury is a part of every team every season. This one coming early. Bevan ahead of Castro, 0-2. Comes the 0-2. Bevan with a career record of 16 and 17, a 4.46 ERA. That's 42 starts. 1-2. Count evens.
Good changeup for Blake. Blake's fastball will be around 90, 91 miles an hour. That changeup at 82. We'll mix in a slider and a curveball. At times, his curveball will be 71, 72 miles an hour.
Two. Struck him out. 1, 2, 3 go the Astros in the first. The bad news, Saunders suffers an injury. Hopefully he'll be fine. Mariners coming to bat. Glad you're with us here. Mariner Baseball here from Seattle. So Michael Saunders suffers an injury, making a terrific catch to open up the ball game that presses Jason Bay into service, not only as a right fielder, but as the leadoff man as he takes Saunders' spot in the lineup. Here's the rest of the Mariners batting order.
Mariners lineup brought to you by Chevron. Jason Bay with a home run last night, leading off. Now that it's Gutierrez Morales. Raul Ibanez, all-time home run leader, hit Seiko with 67. Hit his 67th home run last night in a Seager smoke. Actually, Kelly Shoppett getting the start behind the plate and hitting 8th. So his first start against the Astros this year. Brendan Ryan will hit 9th. Take a look at Brad Peacock. 4 1/3 against the Athletics. Gave up 3 hits, a couple of earned runs, 3 walks, 89 pitches. Fastball will be around 90 miles an hour. We'll use a curveball and a changeup.
First pitch to Jason Bay in there for a strike. Jason did some leading off for the Mariners during spring training. Former All-Star, 34 years old, trying to work his way back in as a big-time performer at this stage in his career. And tell you what, hopefully Saunders is not out for a significant period of time. Bay's going to get a great opportunity here.
Hit his first home run last night. Came on later in the game when it was out of hand, but he ended up taking advantage of it. Came in for Gutierrez. Had a couple of hits, including a home run, as he strikes out here to lead things off for the Mariners. Take a look at the T-Mobile defense for Houston. Martinez in left field. Maxwell, your center fielder. Rick Ankiel getting his first start in right field. On the infield, Matt Dominguez plays at third. Gonzalez and Altuve up the middle. Carlos Pena, the veteran, at first base. And Jason Castro will do the catching.
Franklin Gutierrez steps in right now against Brad Peacock, 6'1", 175 out of Palm Beach, Florida. Now lives in West Palm Beach. Looking breaking ball coming over the top.
Franklin has done .250 average, a couple of home runs for him. Both those home runs lead off home runs.
But 2 at bats last night. Game was out of hand. Eric West got him out of there. Got Bay. They wound up getting 3 plate appearances. 0-2. Brad Peacock, selected by the Nats, 41st round of the June 06 draft. Traded to Oakland December of 11. And in February, just a couple months ago, obtained from Oakland. And the deal that sent Jim Lowry over to the Oakland Athletics, from Houston to the Athletics. We saw Lowry swing the bat pretty well first week.
Yeah, he's been a good pickup for the A's.
1-2 strikes. Bo Porter familiar with Peacock. They were together in Washington last year. And Bo talked about Porter being a guy that reminds him of Jordan Zimmerman, that right-hander with the Nationals. Good makeup. He will battle you hard. A shift on for Goody. Pitch. Dug out by Castro. 2-2. Mike, you got to explain the big league ball player's attitude to the game last night and then bouncing back into the game.
Well, again, I think most of the guys, by the time they left the clubhouse, they just filed it away. One of the guys that probably had the toughest time was Brandon Maurer, obviously. The young pitcher that took it on the chin in the first inning yesterday and club fell behind 6-0. But he'll learn to deal with it. I think for the rest of the guys, so they understand you play 162 games, you're going to have those. I think they're always tougher, Dave, when you lose them late and you feel like you should have won the game. Those are the difficult, and those are the ones that stay with you and are tougher, I think, the next day.
1-0, 3-2.
Yeah, that one last night, the guys, I'm sure, they let that go by the time they left the clubhouse and given it a thought today. It's over and done.
Figure you're going to win 40, you're going to lose 40. Inside those two 40s on both sides, you're going to have blowouts. You're going to fur you and again you, and that's what you do in the other 62 games that matter. Right?
Yeah, that's the truth. You're going to have them, and you'll be on both sides of it over the course of the summer. So, they need a good performance from Blake tonight. I think the good news last night is the offense was fine. They scored 9 runs. And they hit a number of homers, 3 home runs for the Mariners last night.
You and Danny talked about it last night. No at-bats for the most part given away late. Here's Goody working a walk. Nice job. Eric Wedge couldn't say enough about Bay and Bindings. They come off the bench late. Say, man, long season, don't give up in the back, don't give up anything.
Well, and I think that's one of the things that he had been talking about with the young players and seeing the veteran guys. First of all, that's not an easy thing to do. When you've been a veteran, you're used to playing every day. Now you're sitting on the bench. You come into a game when you're down a ton to pick up the guys that started, basically to give them a break and to go out there and grind out some at-bats and not only do that, but be productive.
You got to be mentally, you got to zone right in.
Well, and so many times, and Eric will be the first to tell you that's the difference between the veteran guys and maybe some younger kids that aren't going to be that. They just won't give away at-bats, the veteran guys, and that's the reason why they've been able to stay in the league for a long time.
Like one of Morales. Those veteran guys want to get home as badly as you do, but they're not giving up that at bat. Not happening.
It's money, Dave.
I know it. Cha-ching, man.
And they want to stay in this league. I'm telling you, you better learn it early. So
pass it down to the youngins. Oh, 1 here to Morales. Pitch outside. Morales ground out to third in a walk last night, which got him out of the game after 2 plate appearances. Dominguez, Gonzalez, Altuve, and Pena around the infield with Martinez, Maxwell, and Anquilo in the outfield. Castro doing catching. Double play opportunity as Gonzalez will take it himself. And the Mariners are gone in the first. Glad you're with us, Mariner Baseball. Rubber match with the Astros. Second inning coming up. On Root Sports is being brought to you by Jack in the Box. Come to Jack in the Box today and try the new Hot Mess Burger. It's loaded with spicy jalapenos, onion rings, and gooey pepper jack cheese. And by BNSF Railway, the engine that connects us. Love the time-lapse photography from here at Safeco Field. We've seen plenty of clouds, and there's more with us right now. This was earlier in the day. And they were really moving. This is what it looks like now as the sun about to take its leave. Here's Chris Carter to lead it off for the Houston Astros. Big night, 4 for 6, 3 runs batted in, 2 runs scored, 2 homers. Looks at strike one. I think we learned about Carter last night from the limited time we'd seen him in Oakland. He is a fastball hitter. One of the pitches, though, he hit last night, remember, front foot.
Off-speed pitch. He was actually fooled on it. It almost looked like it was a backhand. He's out in front and just flipped it out over the bullpen in left field. So he's a strong man. You don't want to make mistakes with him in the middle of the plate. He will chase pitches off the plate away. It's a good pitch from Blake.
Stay out there and live on the edge there. We have not seen him go opposite field too many times. Carter at 6'4", 244. Good pitch again, 2-2.
A couple of quality fastballs from Blake, both of them right on the outside corner. You can see the first pitch and then that last pitch, both of them on the corner.
Ryan at shortstop, 2 steps on the grass. We've been straight away in deep for Carter. Well, he reached out and rips that one, base hit. It's a quick bat. A live look inside Edgar's Cantina. How you doing, folks? Bellying up to the bar, having some fun. Might we do a broadcast out there at some point?
It's nice in there. I like it. Right
below the Edgar side of the porch. That'd be pretty cool. Wonderful job in remaking that whole area.
Yes. I have a feeling it's going to get a lot of use over the course of the summer.
I'll tell you what, opening 2 days ago. I don't know if you can fit too many people in there now. I know.
Standing room only. I know that. Yeah.
The opener there and the pen. First come, first serve. Here's Carlos Pena. It'll be a tough play. Foul ball.
Mariners infield, a little bit of a shift. Normally you'd see Brendan Ryan in your picture, but he was playing up the middle. So it's going to come down to Kyle Seager, who's at third, trying to run it down. Fortunately, it was a foul ball. Kyle had last night off back in the lineup today. Eric Wedge is trying to give everybody a night off, and this will be the first night off for Michael Morris.
$14 games in a row to start the season, and when you count spring ball, was it 30 out of 31?
Yes.
To Pena.
It's funny, I was talking to Eric about that. He knew, obviously, in spring training, looking at the schedule, that he was going to have to give guys days off. They're just not used to playing that much right out of the gate, and the weather being cooler. Actually, it was really cold in Chicago. And you know, he was fighting with himself a little bit because he said he should have already given Michael Morris a day off, but because Michael had been swinging the bat so well, it was tough to get him out of the lineup. And in fact, he DH'd him one day, but you'd rather have these guys healthy throughout the year and give them a day here early. So Michael getting his first day off.
0-2 here to Pena with Carter at first. Shot back bluffs the throw. 1-2. Carlos Pena, been around, started his big league career in 01 with Texas. And he's got a routine from the songbook of Mike Hargrove, the human rain delay, the former manager of the Mariners.
He's never in a hurry to get in the batter's box, that's for sure.
1-2. Just joining us, Michael Saunders slammed into the wall, making a terrific catch on Jose Altuve to open the ball game, and Saunders had to leave. And we at some point have to get some more information regarding Michael's condition. Jason Bay thought he had a night off, pressed into service immediately. Got a 1-2 count here to Pena. Carter back. 2-1 pitch to Altuve, and he drove it a long way to little 5'7" second baseman.
And you look at Michael as he goes backward, he'll reach up to make the catch and never slows down for the wall. And again, I think basically the drive by Altuve was deeper than he thought it was going to be, and full speed into the wall, really exposing his right shoulder. And it did not look good watching him come off the field.
Time called by Pena. He and Bevan a little cat and mouse right now. 1-2 the count. Carter at first with the leadoff single. Porter in his first managerial job. He'll check his swing. Did not go, says Manny Gonzalez. Two and two. Texas, Oakland, Detroit, Boston, Tampa Bay, Chicago, Tampa Bay, and now Houston. A lot of tickets punched for Carlos Pena. 90 seconds between the last two pitches. 2-2. Hit hard. That's trouble. Down into the corner. Carter to second. Pena digging. He'll get to second as Carter gets to third now. So a double. Second and third for Houston. Carlos Pena coming off a 2-for-4 night last night. Drove in 2 runs with a double in the first inning. Another double here in the second.
Well, Blake has done a good job with his fastball and keeping it on the corners. That one is in the middle of the plate. Middle. As you take a look at our McDonald's Supermo, that's his changeup that he leaves in the middle of the plate, and Pena able to sit back because it's an elevated pitch, able to sit back and drive it down into the corner. So Blake is having good command of his fastball. His changeup and his breaking ball a little bit of a problem here early in the game.
Brings up the left fielder J.D. Martinez. He went 2 for 6, 3 runs knocked in, 2 runs scored, and a home run. And a stolen base. Mariners won the series opener in the home opener 3-0 behind Joe Saunders. It was on Monday night. I've been trying to get out of some early difficulties here. Three and 0. So early trends on Twitter. Saunders and Blake Bevan, focus of Mariner fans on Twitter. I've been trying to get an out or two here. It's behind 3-0 with runners at second and third. Fly ball right field. Will score Carter. And tagging is Pena. He'll get the third. 1-0 Houston. RBI for Martinez, his fourth.
Good at bat for Martinez. Not only does he get the runner in, but he moves Pena back up to third with nobody out. Manager would love to see hit the ball to the right side, and that's what Martinez is able to do. Inside out swing. Good fastball running in on the inside corner. I think you have to give Martinez some credit. He drives Bay all the way back to the warning track. Pick up the first run for the Astros. One of the things about Blake here early in the game, 25 pitches for him, 14 strikes, 11 balls. And Blake is somebody that does not walk people. He just rarely does. But with those splits, you have to believe that he's falling behind and some pitches are in the middle of the plate because Blake doesn't like to walk people, which is the good news. But he's one of those guys where I think he really needs to look at his splits and have them 2-to-1 strikes to balls. And struggling with that here early.
And Keel behind the count on 1. Drives this center field and deep. Goody going back. Watches it leave the yard. 2-run homer. Rick Ankiel, his second of the season. RBIs 4 and 5. And Blake Bevan getting roughed up here in the second inning.
Looked like the changeup again, Dave. He just left a couple of changeups up, and it's cost him.
They're not moving.
No.
You got a lot of issues.
Take a look at this last pitch. Now again, a changeup. It's moving away, but there's no downward tilt to it. Just stays on an even plane and runs right into the barrel of Ankiel. At over 400 feet.
3-0 lead for Houston. Another home run for the Astros, their 8th of the season. They're 11th in the American League entering tonight. They got a full release on that swing. What a one. Matt Dominguez, the third baseman. Matt 2 for 6 last night. First inning RBI. Popped up and playable. Ackley puts it away. 2-0. 2 outs here in the Astros second. We want you to join the conversation for up-to-date game information and live interaction. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Instagram. Check us out. Stay connected. Root Sports. 6th man to the plate here in the second inning is the shortstop Marwin Gonzalez. Comfortable here at Safeco Field. Temperature not supposed to get too far below the high 40s. Marwin Gonzalez was 3 for 3 last night with 2 walks, 3 runs scored, 2 runs batted in. Count at 1-1.
I don't remember Blake being this deliberate.
No.
He's taking a lot of time in between pitches. Typically, he's a faster worker.
Pitch count is just exploding. hasn't walked anybody. It's his third 3-ball count. And it's off the plate for a walk. Back to the top of the order. First walk. And Jose Altuve, 7th man to the plate. Second night in a row. Early hold for the Mariners last night. 11 men to the plate in the first inning. Astros scored 6 times on 7 hits and then left 2 men aboard. And on top of that, they did hard into left field. Altuve is having a wonderful series.
It's a slow curveball, and again another pitch up and in the middle of the plate. Carl Willis is going to come out and have a conversation with Blake, but Blake right now really struggling with his off-speed pitches. His fastball has been fine, but off-speed pitches are getting him in trouble. And again, taking a lot of time in between pitches.
Byproduct of overthinking?
I think so. Just trying to be too fine, too careful. It doesn't appear. I think that the hitters have stepped out twice that I can think of, and it was because it was a situation where Kelly Shopping was getting the start tonight. Maybe they weren't on the same page, but for the most part, it looks like Blake is going with what Kelly wants him to throw. He's just taking a lot of time to get set and throw his pitch.
Justin Maxwell, center fielder, grounded out to shortstop. Smoke's going to take a look at it. Might have a play. No. Nothing lead for the Houston Astros here at Safeco Field. 2-run homer by Ankiel, a sacrifice fly by Martinez. Now it's even at 1-1. Astros, new members to the American League West. Since their inception in '62, they've been in the National League. Bouncing ball to Ackley. And a throw to Smoke for the out, but damage plenty. 3 runs, 4 hits for the Astros. Leave a couple coming up. Got Raul Ibanez, Kyle Seager, and Justin Smoke. tomorrow night. And we want you to be there as Felix assumes his position atop the Safeco Field now. First time here at home. 7:10 start to celebrate Supreme Court is back in session. First 25,000 fans. Pick up a gold T-shirt and K card. Plus take advantage of special pricing. Select $10 view and $25 main level seats. Join the Supreme Court. Mariners.com/Felix. The all-time favorite Mariners leading off here. Raul Ibanez.
Big time shift out there for the Astros. Altuve, the second baseman, playing in shallow right field. Shortstop swung all the way around. Let's see. He swung around to the right side, although the center fielder Maxwell is actually shading him towards the left center. They expect Raul, if he hits it on the ground, to pull the ball.
2-0. Raul, the all-time home runs leader at Safeco Field. 67 home runs in 468 games. Also ranked second in RBI with 264. Ichiro leads with 314 RBIs. Full on that one, 2-2. Ibanez, Seager, and Smoke here in the second. Red Peacock's got a 3-0 lead thanks to Rick Ankiel. 2-run homer and a sacrifice fly by J.D. Martinez. 2-2. Count through full. Pitch here to Raul Ibanez. And he struck him out. Second strikeout. Peacock. One out here in the Mariners' second.
For Peacock, he just elevates a fastball here, throws it above the belt at 92 miles an hour. Good look from our McDonald's Supermo in the swing of Ibanez as he swings under that fastball.
Bit of a shift, not as extreme for Seager. Ball one to Kyle. So we take a look at the Amica hit zone for Kyle Seager from a year ago. Low and inside that lefty loop zone.
Yeah, it's typical left-handed hitters. As you see that pitch elevated. See if he can get himself a good fastball to hit somewhere in that red area would be great.
Outside corner for strike. Two-one to Kyle. Fights it off.
Oh,
that's a great grab.
Oh, he missed it. He dropped it.
For a cross, a scoop.
Wow.
That's a tremendous play. It's one of those hang with him. Dominguez almost made the clean grab, stayed with it, and throws over to Pena, who bails him out on a nice scoop.
I was watching him dive, and I wonder if Kyle maybe slowed down because he thought that he caught it. I thought that he made the catch on the dive. You take a look at it, it's jammed, making the diving grab, and it looked like Kyle did slow up, and then he realizes it, tries to run, but a quick release from Dominguez. That's fine play. Well off the line, the good scoop. Pena, one of the better defensive first basemen around.
Smart to get the one hop there, and that's a good throw from the knee. Just get it on target. Strike one to Smoke. And it all the way.
Yeah.
Off-speed pitch to Smoke. Misses. Smoke 1 for 4 last night. Knocked in 2 runs in the 9th inning. Who won? Center field. Charged up pretty well. Maxwell runs it down. That'll do it. Smoke hit it hard. Nothing to show for it. To the third inning. Astros lead at 3-0. Houston, as we take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Texas Rangers come to town for 4 games, and then Mariners on Monday get their first day off of the regular season. Then the defending American League champion Detroit Tigers, they'll be here at Safeco Field, and then the Mariners will have a quick trip to Texas, play the Rangers and the Astros. Good to have Sleep Country USA back with us once again here in Mariner Broadcast. Jason Castro will lead it off. He's the Astros catcher, followed by Chris Carter, the DH, and Carlos Pena, the first baseman. 3, 4, and 5 in their order. Blake Bevan tonight, giving up 3 runs on 4 hits. He struck out 1, walked 1.
Talking about Eric Wedge wanting him to get deeper in the game. He's already thrown 40 pitches starting here in the 3rd.
Not a good sign.
No.
Two-no. This 2-1.
See Castro, he starts him off with a breaking ball that he bounces. Just hasn't had a good feel for his off-speed pitches. That was a good fastball on a 2-0 count that he was able to locate on the inside corner. High Castro up. I think his command of his fastball has been pretty good here early, but he's still struggling to find his off-speed pitches. Got a good fastball on the inside corner. One of the things we saw from Blake last year when he returned is he was going to his breaking ball more, using more curveballs and changeups. When he was first here, he was throwing his fastball a lot. And again, he doesn't have an overpowering fastball. He relies on some movement and more the location of it. This might be a night where he has to go back to throwing more fastballs if he can locate it the way that he has. And just a few breaking balls here and there just to show it to him. That's a good pitch.
Thought he had a strike. Count runs full.
Yeah, it looked like a little cut fastball.
No prohibition of going to your mouth on the mound here. Cool evening at Seattle. 3-2 to lead up man here in the third, Jason Castro. Popped it up. Short center field. Goody coming in.
Can't see it.
And Goody missed it. Ryan, he went back. Then he lost it. And Goody, I don't know if he never saw that Ryan was in trouble. Then he got a late start and missed it.
And Brendan Ryan, though, I think that he tried to tell them early on. I noticed him saying that he could not see the ball. He doesn't know where you see his hands out. He doesn't know where it's at. Franklin trying to race in and make the catch. He looked like he might have been struggling also to pick it up. It's that time of night. Take a look at our McDonald's Supermo, because this is usually a catch that Franklin, even though you're right, Dave, was a late start that he would come up with as it goes right off the end of his glove. But Brendan Ryan, he lost it almost immediately, so a break for the Astros.
Huge. Castro's aboard at second base on an error on Franklin Gutierrez.
That's a tough error.
Very. Foul.
He's on a dead run and it goes off the end of his glove.
Yeah, that's. You want to revisit that one.
When you're considered one of the best in the business. That's it. You're right. Reconsider it, please. I think that should have been a hit. There's nothing you can do if you lose the ball as far as Brendan Ryan goes and you can't see it. Now Franklin's on a dead run.
Same thing like we saw with Nitro a couple of years in the sun in Boston, right field. You can't see it. You can't catch it. 1-1 to Carter. He singled to left on a 2-2 pitch. And later scored on the sacrifice fly by J.D. Martinez. Keeps it in front. Better struggling. 2-1.
You can see with his breaking ball, he's bouncing a number of them. But the problem with that is he's bouncing them out in front of the plate. You can start that pitch to where, as a hitter, it looks like it's going to be in the strike zone. You can get him to chase it, but when it's bouncing so far out in front of the plate, it's a much easier pitch for them to lay off of, and it's putting him behind in the count again.
Carter, big, strong right-hand hitter, looking to do some more damage. No activity in the Mariner bullpen. 2-1 to count to Carter. Three and 1. Carlos Pena's on deck. Carlos with a double. First time up. Just joining us, Michael Saunders, lost for the game and hopefully not for a long time. Shoulder injury, slammed into the right field wall, making the catch of the leadoff man Altuve. High fly ball. Deep right center field, staying in the yard. Goody calling for it. Makes the catch. And tagging is Castro, and he gets him third standing up. So 1 out here in the third inning. Make sure you enjoy the flexibility and experience the fun of Mariner baseball. 6-game flex pack. Choose the 6 games you want to see this season, including opening night that's already come and gone. Plans start as low as $48. So pick a pack that's perfect for you. Available for a limited time only at mariners.com/flex.
This is interesting. The Mariners keeping the shift on with Pena hitting, but they're having to bring the infield in to cut the runner down at the plate. Brendan Ryan almost right behind the pitcher.
Pena on a 2-2 pitch, double to right.
Some of you may be wondering why Kyle Seager is playing even with the bag and straight away and not swung around with the rest of the guys. They don't want to give Pena the opportunity to butt the ball here. Let him walk to first with a base hit and drive in the run, so Kyle has to play it straight up, but everybody else swung to the right side.
Here's what you were talking about before, Bevan. Very deliberate. This is the same cat and mouse game we went through in the second. He and Pena. No advancement. Chopping on the spot. 2-0 is the count to Carlos Pena. Hey fans, tweet us your favorite plays each game and hashtag #RootFanFave. We're going to tabulate the results and present the top 5 fan fave plays of the week every Sunday on Mariners pregame on Root Sports. "45 seconds in between pitches." That's where Iwakuma was pitching when he struggled last year. Remember that?
Yeah, but he has picked it up. You have to get a good rhythm going.
Yeah. Hammered.
All this time that he's taking in between, I think, isn't helping matters.
That pitch was up again.
Yeah.
2-0. Pena was just laying dead red. Ready to just rip it, and he does. Picks up an RBI. That's his 3rd of the season. Scoring easily was Castro.
Well, the biggest point that you made there, Dave, is 2-0 again. His splits are not good, and he's getting these hitters into some hitters counts. The pitch before that was another breaking ball that he bounced in front of home plate that Pena was able to lay off of, and then he has to bring him a fastball in the middle of the plate, and he hits it hard. Blake's going to have to start working ahead. 53 pitches, 28 strikes, 25 balls for Blake.
Not good. 1 out in the 3rd. Right shoulder sprain for Michael Saunders, suffered in the 1st inning. Going to get further examined within the hour.
Well, that certainly sounds better than something that's just broken. So hopefully, as you mentioned, Dave, he won't be out for too long.
That really stinks. He was going well, and he was getting. You could see every day getting better.
Confidence, right?
Yeah.
Feeling good about himself.
And
I've been watching his batting practice the last 3 days.
Right.
He hits everything on the button. He looked like he was ready to take off.
Using the whole field.
Yeah.
Comfortable in the 1 spot or the 2 spot in the batting line. Strike to J.D. Martinez. Sacrifice flies last time up. Off-speed pitch hit the other way. That's a lot of trouble. Bay going back. He can't get it. It's off the fence. Pena to 3rd, getting a big wave around. Here's Ackley with the throw. It is not in time. RBI double J.D. Martinez. It's now 5-0. Houston Astros here in Seattle, and Blake Bevan is just getting pounded.
Here's another off-speed pitch, and this one is right in the middle of the plate. Not much on it.
RBI for Martinez, his 5th, 2nd tonight.
Tell you what, sometimes too, Dave, the bad news is when the starting pitcher the night before is running the 1st inning, you have to use your bullpen. Sometimes there isn't going to be any help for the guy the next night. He's
You're
just going
wearing this one, big boy.
You're going to have to wear it. So Blake needs to figure it out real quick here.
That becomes a huge problem. 2-run homer by Ankiel last time he was up. Straightaway center field.
The changeup that was up and in the middle of the plate. 57 pitches now for Blake, working here in the 3rd. Still just 1 out.
Rick Ankiel, heralded pitching prospect. The Cardinals, he's 33 years old now. That pitch way inside, 2-0. Made himself into an everyday player. He was on the cover of just about every sports magazine there is. Terrific pitcher, got the great arm, and then all of a sudden he just couldn't throw strikes. Another 2-0 count. Hank Keel, one of just 12 big league players in history, to hit his first career home run as a pitcher. Raul Ibanez coming in. 2 outs. Sixth man to the plate here in the third inning is Matt Dominguez, the third baseman. A lot of youngsters on this ball club. Dominguez, 6'1", 217, 23 years old, out of Van Nuys, California. So many young players looking to make a name for themselves in this Houston Astros ball club. They made the move over here to the American League West. Ground ball, that is foul, just foul. And look at this team, at the rough start, and everybody said, wow, we play them 18, 19 games. You're going to get a whole bunch of, yeah, it's so much for the county.
Well, you had to figure, we were talking about last night, you had to figure they're going to win some games. That's just the way it is.
Hey, we play 162. Yeah. Even the worst team ever won 62. Come on.
So, but over the long haul, you better take care of your business, and that is consistently beating this club. It doesn't mean that they're not going to beat you from time to time, but overall, you better take care of it.
That saying goes, the other team is trying to. They're going to get their share every now and then. Mariners in a 5-0 hole as we play the top of the third. Dominguez popped out to second base, first time up. Look out. That is a foul ball, and not by a heck of a lot. Third base umpire Manny Gonzalez got that almost in a catcher's crouch to make sure.
You can certainly see Blake's struggles. That's another off-speed pitch, and it's either he's bouncing that pitch in front of the plate or he's trying to make an adjustment, and when he makes his adjustment, it is in the middle of the plate and belt high. He needs to find that area in between. He's only thrown a few really good breaking balls tonight. The rest of them have either bounced in front of the plate, which isn't going to help him at all because you can't get a check swing out of a hitter. And that pitch right there, he's fortunate to get it back because it was middle.
1-2 popped up. Here comes Bay. He'll put this one away. But Astros pick up 2 more runs on 2 hits, an error, and a man left. Houston Astros offense has really picked it up since coming to Seattle. and we let you know how long he'll be out. He heard it first batter of the game. Right now, business in hand for the Mariners. Get the offense going. They've been no hit through the first 2 innings. And one base runner, Goody. He was erased in a double play. Then Brad Peacock has struck out 2. Ackley, Shopik, and Ryan 7, 8, 9 here in the 3rd inning.
Astros staying with that shift against Dustin. I think that he'd be able to take advantage of that left side of the infield. Basically wide open. The third baseman is over there, but he's playing so shallow. He's in on the grass, taking the bunt away from Dustin. A little inside out. So what do you think, Dave?
Works for me. It's wide open for him. It's there. Two. Offense definitely needs a kickstart here to get right back in this game. 5-0. Astros last night, same point in this game, they were up 11-0. 2 pitch to Ackley. That one.
That's right. A couple of fastballs trying to hit it the other way.
Along with Brett Peacock was Washington's minor league pitcher of the year in 2011. 15-3 with a 2.34 ERA in the Eastern League. Pulled it. Altuve was waiting for it. 1 out. Here's Andy Minton.
Guys, Astros leave town, and then the Rangers come in for a 4-game set. Today, they were up against the Tampa Bay Rays, and they were trailing 2-0 in the 8th inning. That's when Leonis Martin lifts a fly ball into right field. Adrian Beltre tries to get one back and score from third, but he is gunned down by Ben Zobrist. The Rays win 2-0. Of course, first out of the gate, it's going to be Felix Hernandez, but then it's Hisashi Iwakuma against Yu Darvish on Friday. And Yu Darvish 2-0 on the season. And guys, remember, it was Marwin Gonzalez of these Houston Astros that prevented him from getting that perfect game in the 9th inning.
Now, one hopper went right between the legs of Yu Darvish. Couldn't get that glove down to stop it. Thank you, Andrew. Here's Kelly Shopik, the catcher, hitting .333. Shift going against Shopik. Second baseman. Joining Altuve, joining Gonzalez and Dominguez. Deployed between second and third. There's 1-1. One play for Pena, or for Ankiel. One out here in the 3rd. Mariners looking for their first hit. Oakland 4-2 on top of the Angels, top of the 4th in Anaheim. Slugfest at Detroit, 8-6. Not long, 2-2. Shopik will be followed by Brendan Ryan. He's off to a good start.
Yeah, he is. He's off to a really good start. Had a pretty good spring, too, when you watch the way that he was going about his business. He's been able to stay with the idea of staying up the middle of the field here early.
Ball fell off. Entire family at the ballpark. TV. Again, 2-2.
Seen Peacock, but it looks like he has a live arm. His fastball's been 92, 93. And a lot of late swings. I think it's because he has such a good curveball and mixing in enough changeups to keep the guys honest that his fastball is getting on him a little bit. Let's see what happens when they see him the second, third time through the lineup.
Had a cup of coffee with the Nationals. 3 games, 2-0, 0.75 ERA in 2011. After the big year in the minor leagues. 3-2. One out, nobody on here for the Mariners, looking for their first hit. 3-2 to Chape. Drives it to left. That ball is gone. A home run for Kelly Chape. His first Mariner home run. The Mariners on the board with their first hit. 5-1 Houston. And for the Mariners, that's their 13th home run of this young season. They started the game 4th in the American League.
We're just talking about the fastball of Peacock. Well, he challenges him 3-2. And you can see Kelly, that pitch is down and in. The veteran knows the team is down by 5 runs, that Peacock was going to come right at him with a good fastball. Made sure he was able to get the barrel out there and drives it into the bullpen.
So a home run for Chape. Here's Brendan Ryan. Chape playing in just the 7th game. 7th at bat, I should say, coming into tonight. That's a good poke. 1-0 to line. It's a strike. Showed one on the first pitch, as he's done on almost every at bat, right?
His first at bat.
First at bat.
He does it more than anything to try to get the third baseman to play shallow, which he's been able to do. Dominguez now, even with the bag at third, hoping that that'll open up some holes for him on the left side of the infield.
He's got his attention because Dominguez the first time.
And why not do that?
Yeah.
If your intention is to go up there and take the pitch or look at a pitch, why not show punt? Gives you a better look at it anyway, and you give the third baseman something to think about.
2-1. Fastball right down Broadway. Friendly with a lot of ex-Cardinal teammates are on this Houston ball club, and some of the coaching staff. Teammate with Ricky Ankiel. Dennis Martinez was a roving pitching instructor with the Cardinals when Ryan was over there. El Presidente is down in the bullpen. Ground ball down to the shortstop Gonzalez. Goes out the Mariners shortstop for out number 2. Top of the order, Jason Bay took over when Saunders was injured. Strained right shoulder after banging hard into the wall, making a terrific catch on a ball that Altuve, little second baseman, drove a long way. Jason Bay struck out his first time. See ball 1.
pitches. 51 pitches for Peacock. Again, he's not real sharp either. 29 strikes, 22 balls. Both starters struggling for his first 3 innings. Peacock maybe effectively while this ball is popped up to the right side. The Mariners just will get. That's the home run to Shout.
Pena takes charge. Mariners get their first hit. It comes on a home run off the bat of that man right there, Kelly Shopik. Nice short swing. Got it on the barrel and driven a long way. His first Mariner home run. It's 5-1 Houston. Shopik 5-1 Houston. AT&T trivia question time. Who is the career leader in wins for the Houston Astros franchise? Nolan Ryan, Mike Scott, Big J.R. Richard, or the late Joe Niekro? That is an excellent question.
Some pretty good names on there too.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with B. I'm going to go with B, Mike Scott.
Mike Scott, that's a very good call. Nolan Ryan, let's see. Nolan Ryan, Mike Scott. I'll go for Joe Niekro. Give that a shot. Text your answer to 733-733. Blake Bevan needs a quick, short inning. He's got Marwin Gonzalez, the shortstop, batting in the 9-hole, leading off. Gonzalez walked his first time up. Carl Willis and Blake Bevan chatted for a long time during the Mariners to swing the bat. Mike might even gone back and looked at some video.
He may have, and I think right now probably more to your point, the conversation with Carl Willis, and we'll see what kind of adjustments he's able to make.
Hello, make a play. Baby, your wheels worked, so did mine.
A couple of ricochets too before it jumped back down into the fans.
Wanted no part of that action.
Move to the left, move to the right. Okay, there it goes.
Okay. Kevin Crimmon had a computer blown up during the spring
training. Yeah.
Shopik giving a chase. That's the first ball up here in a long time. This close to our booth, usually
we're back quite a way. It's tough to get one back here.
Seen Riz trying to make a couple plays. Rick Riz over on the radio side.
I've had an error up here.
2 strikes. Gonzalez, Altuve, and Maxwell. Might have made a nice catch just below us.
I love what Kelly Shopick did right there. He wanted that fastball inside. Blake shook him off, and he went back to the fastball inside again. And then Blake made a really good pitch in there to jam him.
Swing and miss. Second strikeout for Blake Bevan. It's the kind of start he's looking for this week.
Elevates a fastball. You see Shopick standing up, trying to get the fastball up there.
Here's Altuve again. Altuve fly to right. That's the ball that Saunders strained his right shoulder, opening up the ball game. Then a base hit to left.
Really good series.
12 hits, leads all major league second baseman, tied for 6th in the American League among all hitters entering tonight's game. An all-star last year, hit .290, 7 homers, 37 runs batted in, and 33 stolen bases, and led the ball club with 45 extra base hits. Really well against left-handers at .359. 1-1. Little check swing. Bevan takes his time, throws him out. Two outs, and I bring up center fielder Justin Maxwell. Maxwell out of the D.C. suburb of Bethesda, Maryland. He's tall like Giancarlo Stanton, not quite as big. Still a good-looking athlete at 6'5", 222.
That is a huge center field. We've seen him too. He glides to the ball. He covers a lot of ground out there.
Can't remember seeing a center fielder that tall. Hallman, the late great Greg Hallman, about 6'3", 6'4". Right. Slicing base hit finds the hole. Maxwell 1 for 3.
Inside out swing, fastball inside, just slices it through the hole on the right side of the infield. It's a good swing. Off to a good start this year, hitting .333 coming into the game. Now 1 for 3, so that hasn't changed.
Brings up catcher Juan Castro. Reached on an error by Goody, leading off the third. Came around and scored. Runner goes. Throw by Shopick. Got him 2-6. Great throw. Not a bad jump by Maxwell, but Shopick's throw right on the money. Blake Bevan gets a quick inning that he needed, helped by his catcher. Had already put him on the board with a home run. And DOA at second base. 5-1. Let's revisit our AT&T trivia question. Who's the leader? Career leader wins for the Astros franchise. Mike went with Mike Scott. I went with Joe Niekro. The fans rode with me. Survey says the knuckleballer Joe Niekro by 1 over Roy Oswalt and Larry Dierker. And for more on Joe Niekro, the late great Joe Niekro, here's Angie.
Yeah, guys, I actually played for Phil Niekro. He was our skipper when I played for the Colorado Silver Bullets, and Joe Niekro was our pitching coach. In addition to the fact that I have bar tricks to last me for the rest of my life for playing those two, Joe Niekro always kept a file in his back pocket until the day he passed away back in 2006. And on that file, it said, "Say it isn't so, Joe." But an absolutely fantastic human being. It's funny because I can't remember who was on the rehab assignment. I want to say it was Randy Johnson up in Everett, and I go up there, and oh no, it wasn't. Who was it? Was it Freddie Garcia? Anyway, I go up to Everett, and who is playing but Lance Niekro, Joe's son. And I couldn't believe it because here was this kid that used to take fly balls in the outfield with us, and now he's in the minor leagues. Amazing.
Go. Pop straight. Thank you, Angie. Pop straight back. Met Joe a year or two before he died at a couple of charity golf tournaments. Nice fella.
Lance made it to the big leagues with the Giants.
Didn't
right?
we see him like 2 years ago?
I think he made it to the big leagues with the Giants.
Yeah. 1-1, Franklin. Big bender over the top for a strike. See a few runs, get this guy in a little trouble here.
So far, the Mariners just the one hit. That was a solo home run for Kelly Shopnick, his first home run of the year.
Felix Hernandez, he pitches tomorrow, his home debut here for 2013. They celebrated his 27th birthday on Monday. Good friend Franklin Gutierrez, 2-2. Might be enough. Pena, nope, he outruns it. 1 out.
Outside of the home run, they've had one other runner, and that was a walk to Gutierrez in the first. Quickly erased by a double play ball.
Wedge hoping for that offensive pickup. Maybe this guy can get it going. Kendrys Morales bounced into a double play back in the first. All 1 to Kendrys. Reached out, popped it up. Third baseman makes the play. Dominguez, 2 outs. Keeping track of Mariners games all season long is made easy with the Mariners calendar. And just so happens the first 15,000 fans that come through the gate this Friday pick up their very own thanks to BASF. For tickets to see the Mariners take on the Rangers and take home a Mariners calendar, go to mariners.com. Here's Raul Ibanez, struck out in a 3-2 pitch first time up.
The 3-2 pitch was a good fastball that was above the belt.
Off-speed pitch for ball 1.
Well, hit a curveball out of the ballpark last night. A good swing on it. Hit down to the seats in right field.
Ball 1. That comes right over the top, and another pop up. This one gets out of play. Raul Banez, 15 years plus of service in the major leagues. 1-2. 2-2. Raul last year with the Yankees, 19 homers, 62 runs batted in, postseason heroics. In 11, he hit 20 and 84 with the Phillies. 16 and 83 with the Phillies, and in 09, 34 homers and 93 runs batted in. It was his first year after leaving Seattle for the second time. Gets into this one, right field and deep. Going back, it's a one-hop into the stands, a ground rule double. The roll of Banez. 2-out double.
And Raul can still turn on a fastball. Looked like one of the better fastballs from Peacock, and it was right on the inside corner. But Raul was able to turn it around, hit it down into the corner. Take a look at it. 94 miles an hour.
Sitting there right now thinking, I wish I could have got a little more lift. Kyle Seager tonight. Dropped. Base hit by Matt Dominguez, the third baseman. Kyle slow started, .61 and coming into this at bat. There for strike.
Started him off with a couple of off-speed pitches. Using his curveball now.
Banez at second, 2 outs. That ground rule double by Raul. The second Mariner hit. First one to Kelly shot the home run in the third. One and two. One, two to Seager. Even at 2-2. Just have to fight it off by Kyle.
Borderline strike up in the zone. Kyle now want to take a chance. After seeing all those breaking balls, you're right, Dave. That was a pretty good job to foul that pitch off. Typically left-handed hitters especially will swing underneath it.
Banez at second, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs.
Peacock now at 70 pitches, 21 strikes.
Both bullpens right now inactive. Go 2-2. Dominguez taking a look. Got room. 3 pop-ups on a ground rule double for the Mariners in the 4th. How about last night when Raul hits a home run? This guy leaves little to chance, doesn't he? He's got 2 gloves. 5-1 Houston.
We're headed to the 5th. The Mariners trail 5-1. Hey, a reminder that this Saturday, be here for an MLS matchup right there, actually, when the Seattle Sounders FC kick off against the New England Revolution. Available live to fans outside the Seattle market at 1 p.m. with a re-air available to everybody at 3:30. Catch all the action only here on Root Sports. And guys, it sets up perfectly. You come down, you catch the Sounders game, and you got time to celebrate in between the Sounders and still gear up for the Mariners. It's perfect.
Sounds like a good day planner, huh? Not bad. Thank you, Angie. 5-1 Houston. Slow breaking ball starts off Juan Castro. He was at the dish when Maxwell tried to steal and was thrown out by Shopik. That ended the 4th inning. Count of 1-1. Blake Bevan tonight struck out 2, walked 1. Given up 5 runs on 7 hits. Gave up a 2-run homer to Keel. Sacrifice fly to Martinez. RBI single to Pena and RBI double to Martinez. Back with a strike.
Like getting a little help on that last pitch. Slider tried to hit the outside corner. Looked like it was wide, but he gets the call.
It'll be Castro, Carter, and Pena 3, 4, and 5 for Houston. Foul off the mask of shot. Ball with 2 strikes. Barely flinched. Had it all over. Or another day at the office. Guy in a glove. His right hand snared it like he'd been doing it all his life.
Left-hander, probably a first baseman at one point.
Big glove, Cespedes. Right? Look at that thing.
Softball glove. That is about the size of Cespedes.
Give me a couple ice creams and a broccoli and an orange juice. You can carry it home in that thing. Man, oh man. Stirring in the Mariner bullpen, but nobody throwing in earnest. Nobody's even taking off their jacket.
No, it's 5th inning. Just getting some stretching in.
1-2. Foul ball.
Pretty good job of getting a piece of this, because this is going to be down out of the strike zone. Good play by Shopik to keep it in front of him.
Still a ball and 2 strikes. Pitch coming up here.
It's a battle. Just in a 1-2 count. Typically, you get 9-10 pitches in. There's at least 2 or 3 balls on the board, but 1 and 2 count. Castro.
It's unusual. 1-2.
See, all around the bullseye there. Blake has used all of his pitches in this at bat too. Castro's seen everything.
2-2 pitch, pounded down to the ground, and Ackley throws him out. Take a look at our cold, hard facts brought to you by Coors. Last night at Safeco Field, 25 total runs, most in history, covering 1,102 games. Previous high 24 in the Yankees on May 18th of 2001. 32 total hits, third highest in history. The record 34 against Oakland, September of 06. One out, nobody on. Chris Carter DHing tonight. Got a base hit, fly to center. Oakland leads at the Angels 5-2 now. So bottom of the fifth. Angels have runners at second and third. Here's the 0-1 to Carter. Pulled it. 0-2.
Starting to get a better feel for his breaking ball, it looks like. He's throwing a lot of pitches, though, working here in the fifth inning. 87 pitches now for Blake.
Hit hard, base hit. Carter's had a whale of a series. He's 2 for 3 tonight, 7 for 13 on the series.
And after the breaking ball, trying to jam him with a running fastball, didn't quite get it in there. Strong man fights it off into left field.
Pena's had a heck of a night. Double run scored in the second. RBI single in the third. A run scored. Shift on against him. For strike. 10,493 on hand here tonight at Safeco Field. Texas Rangers come to town. Felix Hernandez makes his home debut tomorrow against Justin Grimm, a right-hander, making his debut here.
Be a lot of fun. A lot of yellow in the stands tomorrow.
Yeah, Supreme Court, don't forget. Evans ahead of Carlos Pena, 0-2. First, the 0-2. He did go. And it's good playing with Wally Bell, and Bo Porter going to try to keep him away from Wally.
Yeah, Pena basically wanting him to ask for some help. But Wally didn't feel that he needed any, so he didn't. Take a look at it. Pena thinks it's a check swing. Good pitch by Bevan to get it down into the dirt.
Called third strike anyway.
He pointed at the hitter. He said it was a swing.
Bevan's third strikeout. Now he's got to get J.D. Martinez. Been very effective tonight with a sacrifice fly and an RBI double. Center field. Here comes Goody. Good start, and he's there to make the catch. So Bevan threw 5. Puts a 0 on the board against the Houston Astros. You got Smoke, you got Ackley, and you got Shapik coming up when we return here to Safeco Field. On Root Sports is being brought to you by CenturyLink, your link to what's next, and by Sterling Bank. Nobody works harder for you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. For the crowd here, 10,493 on hand. As we come up on the Dave Niehaus statue. We'll stop by venue to the ballpark in the concourse out right center field. It's one of the better statues you'll see in Major League Baseball. Right down to the scoreboard.
Did a great job on that scoreboard, didn't they?
Legendary game in '95. Now let's see, that's what, 4 years ago? Man, we were that time. We went to see the sculpture and went to the sculptor who was at Lou. I can't blanking on his last name right now, but at Lou Sella, I think his name was, and it was great. The detail when he showed us that we were blown away by that. 0-2 here to Smoke. Broken bat Looper, but Altuve's waiting for it. 1 out. Pete Carroll's in the house. Last time I saw Pete, tough loss in the NFC divisional playoffs. Richard Sherman is throwing out the first pitch tomorrow. And I hope, unlike many football players, that ball hits Ackley. He's able to hit the catcher in the glove. Denard Robinson, the Michigan quarterback, from the mound a couple of days ago, got the ball about 30 feet.
He's a quarterback, right?
That's what I said. I saw the video, and I had the exact same reaction you did.
I bet Sherman will be fine.
Nobody talks a better game, that's for sure.
Well, Mariners catch a break. Ackley with the breaking ball. Looked like he hit him on the foot. He'll get a base runner. Bring up Kelly Shoppach. Shoppach with a home run. His first time up. That was back in the 3rd inning.
And that was the first Mariner hit. It's Brad Peacock. Mariners looking to get something going. It's been a slow night on the offense. Just 2 hits. Shoppach with the home run. It came on a 3-2 pitch. Nobody on in the 3rd. No doubt about it. His first Mariner long ball.
Yeah, gets a fastball down and in. Line drive into the bullpen.
The other Mariner hit a 2-out ground rule double by Raul Ibanez in the 4th. And 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Houston. A run on 2 hits and an error for the Mariners. 2-0 count here to Shoppach.
.77 pitches for Peacock, but starting to get some action out in their pen. They have a left-hander up.
That is Dallas Keuchel. 2-1. Pronounce it Dallas. 2-1. Peacock tonight, couple strikeouts, aided by a double play in the 1st inning. They did not put a heck of a lot of pressure on him.
No, they haven't. We talked about the home run to Shoppach, and there's only been 1 base runner in scoring position. That was Ibanez, the 2-out double that you were talking about. Other than that, they haven't put any pressure on him at all.
Just tuning in, Michael Saunders strained right shoulder, slammed into the right field wall on the first batter of the game. Altuve hit a stinging line drive after Saunders made the catch. Here's a hanger, hit a long way, deep left center field. That ball is off the top of the fence. They're going to wave Ackley. He's coming to third, and a relay not in time. RBI double. Kelly Shapik, signs of life. 5-2 Houston.
We'll take a look at it as it goes up off the top of the fence.
Ooh.
It's close. I thought it hit his glove. I thought he actually put his glove on it and knocked it back in when I first saw it live. But Kelly Shapik taking care of business on a hanging breaking ball. That pitch was up in his eyes. So he's having a good night. Home run and now that double.
I got a feeling they're going to go in and take a look at that one.
Well, they have the replay if they're not sure. Take a look at it, and they're going to do that.
Wally Bell going to go inside, and we'll take a break. While the umpire's going and check, Kelly Shapik saw the breaking ball, hit it a long way out there to 376. That it hit his glove. Ooh, boy, that's tough to tell from that angle. Looked like it might have. We'll be back with an answer right after this. RBI double for Kelly Shapik. He's accounted for both Mariner runs. Kelly's at second. Brendan Ryan at the plate now. Scoring on that double was Ackley. RBI opportunity here for Ryan.
I think it's clear that it hits the top of the fence and comes back in. The umpires had it right all the way. It was a good night for Kelly Shapik. He's driven in both runs for the Mariners, a home run and then that double.
On 1 to Ryan. Pitch misses. 1-1. Ryan grounded out the shortest first time up. 1 for 3 last night with an RBI and a run scored. One log. Could not entice him. 2-1. Pitch round 1. Has 2, the Mariner 3 hits. He's driven in both runs. He's at second base. 2-1 to Ryan. Popped it up. Fouled it back.
Normally I don't like that play with runners in scoring position, but when you're down 3 runs, you need more base runners. Third baseman was playing back. If he was able to get it down, it would have been an easy base hit.
Ryan's got a 2-2 count. Center fielder Maxwell straight away, but not deep. Now, catcher held on. Racing Castro, 2 outs. 3rd strikeout for Peacock. 2 down, back to the top of the order, and Jason Bay. He took Saunders' place when Sando got hurt. Want to feel the heat of Felix fastball? Hear the crack of the bat as Jesus Montero hits one over the new Safeco Field fence. Then pull up a seat in the Key Bank Diamond Club located directly behind home plate. Enjoy all-inclusive food and full bar plus. Receive first-rate service right from your seat. For more info, visit mariners.com/premium. Bay straightaway center, not deep at all. Shortstop going back, center fielder coming in, and the shortstop Gonzalez makes the play, and that'll do it for the Mariners. Another RBI and another hit for Kelly Shopik. It's 5-2 Houston.
Inning, you see that gold Felix Hernandez hat there. I don't know about the turtle backpack. I like it, though. I don't know about it, but I like it. Well, the entire Safeco Field is going to be decked out in yellow tomorrow as the Supreme Court makes its return. It's going to be Felix Hernandez versus Justin Grimm. Now, Justin Grimm has been of a stand-in, if you will. Matt Harrison was supposed to pitch in this game against Felix Hernandez, but he has been put on the DL with an inflamed nerve in his back. First time on the DL for him since 2010. But the story with Justin Grimm is he's coming up from AAA, had a pretty good start there, 5 2/3 innings, allowed just 1 run. He says, I am not focused on the fact that I am going up against Felix Hernandez, because I am not. I'm going to be focused on the fact that I am going up against the Mariners hitters. I hate to break this to Mr. Grimm. You're going up against the King tomorrow, buddy. Good luck.
I can understand the youngster's attitude. Fire himself up in that regard. Here's first pitch to Rick Ankiel. It's in there for a strike.
And with Blake at 93 pitches now, 60 of them for strikes, it looks like Carter Capps is starting to get loose in the Mariner pen. Eric Wedge would like to see Blake get through this inning. Take a look at Carter, and he can turn it over to the guys.
Blake's done a pretty good job these last 2 innings. It looked like he was not going to be destined to get into the 6th.
No, he wasn't. But again, it took him a while, but he started to find his breaking ball, and it's helped him out. I feel like he's been able to locate his fastball the entire game, but it took him a lot of pitches to get to that point where he was comfortable with his breaking ball. And the Astros, unfortunately, took advantage of that.
Ankiel, Dominguez, and Gonzalez, 7, 8, 9 here in the 6th inning. bet 8 up Larry Van over the umpire.
Veteran umpire, still quick. Feet down there.
That arm out of the way. Good job. Two. Strike 3. Shopping takes off his helmet, gives himself a better look, and throws out. And Key. It's a 4th strikeout for Bevan. 1 down. Here in the 6th. Save time and money. Riding sounder from Lakewood and South Tacoma to Seattle. For schedules, visit soundtransit.org. That sound puts you right there, doesn't it?
It really does. Especially when you're not expecting it, Dave.
Thank you, sir. Felt like was it Sylvester in the cartoons, the cat clawing the ceiling. What the heck was that? 5 ball right field, backs up Bay. He's got room. Rodriguez is retired. 2 outs. Houston got up to the good early start. Second inning, they put up 3 runs. Got a sacrifice fly from Martinez and a 2-run shot from Manquillo. 3rd inning, RBI single Pena, RBI double Martinez.
2 nights in a row for the Astros. Jumping out to early leads.
Mariners the Mariners. Boy, it's been a struggle tonight.
Well, it has been, but they're within striking distance.
Yep.
And anytime you have Michael Morris sitting on your bench, you have a chance late. You might walk into one for you. Michael hit his 6th home run of the year last night.
Shopik, the hitting hero tonight, a solo home run in the 3rd and an RBI double in the 5th. He's got 2 of the 3 hits. The other one, Raul Ibanez.
The other thing, too, is the Astros bullpen has had their struggles this year early on.
They have been good. Get there, back up the middle. Ryan can't get that one. Base hit. Marlon Gonzalez with base knock.
And that looks like that'll be it for Blake. 102 pitches for him. Here's Eric Wedge is going to get Carter Capps.
Capps face the top of the order. A little Jose Altuve, who's had a marvelous series here in Seattle. Eric Wedge, a long, slow walk. That'll do it for Bevan. We'll be back. Carter Capps going to take over for the Mariners. The telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Let's visit in with Angie Mentek.
Hey guys, in AA Jackson, the Generals had their home opener tonight. Taijuan Walker was out on the hill. He made his 2nd start of the season. and it was a pretty good one. He went 5 innings, giving up 3 runs, but none of them were earned. Here's the story. The Generals committed 7 errors tonight, so Walker didn't get very much help. He ended up with 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. He threw 89 pitches. Leon Landry had a home run for Jackson, but Montgomery unfortunately won the game 4-3. One other note for you, Tacoma, this just in, scored 5 runs in the 7th inning to take a 6-4 lead over Sacramento. And a big shocker, gentlemen, Zunino added another hit and another RBI.
This guy is on fire.
Carter Capps taking over. This will be his 5th appearance. He's pitched well in 4 1/3 innings, 7 strikeouts for Carter.
Every piece of news out of Tacoma about Zunino, my goodness. Rose is bad at it. Seager for 1, and that's the out they needed to get out of this inning. But Mike Zunino, good report from Angie. 5-2. Mariners still with some time. They trail the Astros. Match in the first meeting as AL West neighbors with the Houston Astros. MLB.TV is celebrating 11 years. Join the millions of fans and subscribe today. Watch every out-of-market game live online on your favorite mobile and connected devices in HD quality with MLB.TV Premium. Visit MLB.TV today. MLB.TV, baseball everywhere.
Mariners have the right part of their order coming up. 2, 3, and 4. Trying to get to Peacock. Peacock down 87 pitches for him.
Rudy with a walk and a pop out to first. Good one. Men left side for Goody and a shift. Fastball up high. Two balls, one strike. Play for Pena, 2-2. Goody, Morales, and Abanez. Boy, is he here.
Well, it bounced a couple of times. Nobody could get the handle on it. Ended up in the Mariner dugout.
Pete Carroll got a nice ovation after during the pitching change here at the ballpark. 2-2. Pitch inside, fouled off. Runs, 9 hits, no errors for Houston. 2 runs on 3 hits. Kelly Shopnick's got 2 of them. 1 error by the Mariners. This is popped up out of play again.
Franklin putting up a fight, trying to find a way to get on base. Fouling off a number of pitches. This will be the 7th pitch of this at bat coming up. Nothing else is getting closer to getting Peacock out of the game. He's been effective tonight. 92 pitches.
Gutierrez against Bradley J. Peacock. 41st round pick, June 2006 by the Nationals. And he goes over to Oakland. He's in a deal that Tommy Malone is involved with, and Gio Gonzalez. Tommy Malone. 2-2. Boy, another one. Acquired by Oakland from Washington with A.J. Cole, Tommy Malone, Derek Norris in exchange for Gio Gonzalez and Rob Gilliam, and then acquired by Houston from Oakland along with Chris Carter and Max Stassi for Jed Lowry and Fernando Rodriguez in February of this year. Deep to right. That ball is gone. A home run for Franklin Gutierrez. Needed it. Got it. 5-3 ball game. His 3rd of the year. 8th RBI.
Franklin continuing to show good power to right field. Saw a little bit of that in spring training, and now another home run to right for Franklin.
Well, helps turn this team around with that bat. Sterling Bank, nobody works harder for you.
Just a fastball, fouled off a bunch of pitches, and on the 9th pitch, he drives it out of the ballpark.
That's impressive.
Yeah, good at bat. To get a pitching change.
So that will chase Brad Peacock. Bo Porter coming out to make the change. So the Mariners now down 5-3. So pecking along, working their way, trying to get this ball game here in the 6th. Goody with his 3rd home run. How about this fan catch? Let's see, reaching out, stretching, who's gonna get it? Bingo, the guy in the cap and the black sweater. Brad Peacock threw a nice ball game. He leaves with the lead.
Had to throw a lot of pitches to get through the 5+ innings, 95, but just 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. 3 runs, 2 of them earned. Gave up just 4 hits. A couple of them left the ballpark, though. Shopik and Gutierrez both with home runs tonight.
Dallas Keuchel takes over. He's out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Just his second game. Kendrys Morales will turn around, swing right-handed. Morales tonight round into a double play, pop to third. 2-0. Keuchel 6'3", 202 out of Tulsa, born there, still lives there. 7th round, June '09 draft by Houston. He's 3-0 to Morales. On 4 pitches. They'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Well, we talked about it. The bullpen of the Astros, they've had their struggles here early in the season. And they are going to have to do a lot of pitching. They want to get out of here with a win. And I think the way the Mariners have been able to hit the ball out of the ballpark early, you have to feel like they have a pretty good chance to get back in this one. Raul Ibanez, who homered last night, will step in. Also has doubled in today's game or tonight's game.
Shopping with a home run tonight. Goody with a home run for the Mariners. That gives them 14 here in game 10. Raul's the tying run. Breaking low. Strike 1. Keuchel was with Houston last year in 16 games, went 3-8. 5.27 ERA. Hit hard, right field. Coming on is Ankiel, and he makes the catch. Bunyan's hit it on the screws. Former pitcher Rick Ankiel, a terrific athlete. Fine catch.
McDonald Supermo, you see the concentration. Good break by Ankiel to get to it. The ball was hit on the button by Ibanez. Ended up getting a breaking ball and hit it hard.
I like how he focused on this and made it with 2 hands. Good catch. See if Kyle Seager can come alive. He's 0 for 2. Ground out to third, fouled out to third. Strike 1 to Kyle. Sixth inning. Oakland leads at the Angels 10-4. Breaking ball, foul off. Texas lost earlier 2-0 at home to Tampa Bay. One out runner at first. It's Morales. Oh, he got fooled badly. Kyle's gone. 2 outs.
Kyle's struggling here. First week and a half of the season, chases a bad breaking ball off the plate. He knows and discusses with himself. He'll get that figured out. Kyle with a great year last year. He'll get it turned around. Speaking of turning around, Justin Smoke, the switcher, turn around, hit right-handed.
Line down hard to center field in the second. Popped out to the second base. A little loop. Into the shift.
Be a good time for his first home run of the year.
Pounds it. Foul.
He had a good pitch to hit, good fastball, middle in.
Don't forget, get your tickets for tomorrow night's game. Felix Hernandez home debut. It's against the Texas Rangers. First of 4. With the boys from Arlington, Texas. Monday off day, and then 3 with Detroit. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. 0-1 to Smoke. Shortstop gets a couple of friendly hops. Get the force at second. That'll do it. Home run by Goody to lead it off. Mariners just pecking away. To the 7th we go. Mariners down by 2. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers with you. Coming up, the Texas Rangers. First time we'll see them. Here's a look at your pitching matchups. Young Justin Grimm takes on the King. Felix Hernandez tomorrow. How about Friday? Yu Darvish and Hisashi Iwakuma. Alexi Ogando and Joe Saunders and Nick Tepich against Brandon Maurer on Sunday. And we look forward to the Supreme Court tomorrow night. T-shirt, K-cards, first 25,000 fans here. Felix with his new neck tattoo and his ever-expanding goatee. Getting back on the home mound tomorrow night. Carter Capps finished up the 6th inning. He continues on here in the 7th. First hitter is Justin Maxwell, the center fielder, 1 for 3. Astros, after tonight's game, they have tomorrow off. They go to the Angels for 3, Oakland for 3 before coming home. season against the Texas Rangers and Oakland came in. Count 1-1. That is a very difficult pitch for a right-hander to hit.
Especially when it's located in that area, right on the outside corner, almost cross-firing the right-handed hitter.
Outside, 2-2.
It's been his best fastball so far, 97 miles an hour off the plate away. Carter here early in the season, a much improved slider. An effective pitch for the right-handed hitters.
Confidence, he's got a lot of it, and as the season goes along, man, he is going to be super tough. 3-2. Jason Castro's on deck. Overpowering, good pitch. Carter Capps. His first strikeout. One out here in the 7th. Are you the ultimate Northwest Mariners fan in the state of Oregon? Well, En Route Sports is looking for you throughout the month of May. Capture a photo on Instagram with hashtag #UltimateNWFanOregon, showing why it should be you. You're going to be into a trip and a VIP experience. Mariners Fan Appreciation Night, September at Safeco Field. Official rules, go to Mariners, go to, I say that all the time, go to Root Sports, go to rootsports.com. Carroll looks at a strike. He's 0 for 3. He's got a run scored, reached on an error by Goody. 3rd inning. That was a tough error, and I hope that's revisited and changed. There was a pop-up that Brendan Ryan went back on, then held his arms out like, oh my God, I don't have it. And then Goody got a late start. When it came in just his timing was just off, and it went off the edge of his glove after a very long run. Get down. That could be trouble. It does. Bounces around and hustling into second with a stand-up double is Jason Castro.
Franklin shading him towards left center, and even though Carter Capps was able to jam Castro, it's in on his hands. He fights it off into right center. He was in the air for a little bit, but Franklin not able to make up the ground.
No man's land.
Yeah.
One out runner at second for Chris Carter, who's 2 for 3 with a run scored. Wow. He hung a breaking ball that got hit a long way. My goodness. Chris Carter with his 3rd hit tonight. He hit 2 home runs last night. That is some serious damage. That's his 3rd home run. RBIs 4 and 5.
Well, Carter trying to steal a strike with a slider. Unfortunately, he leaves it right in the middle of the plate. Not much bite to it. Chris Carter knew that one was out of here.
My goodness. That had the sound, it had the look, and it had the distance. Wow. 7-3 now for Houston. Pena's had a good night. Double RBI single and a strikeout on a check swing. 2 for 3.
Tail of the tape had that one at 406 feet.
You don't have to convince me.
Strong man.
And that's the stuff. Remember when he was in Oakland? That was the thing they were expecting from him. And time ran out on him, and they moved him. Here he is in Houston. Down the line. Oh, good effort.
That would have been a fine backhanded play right there.
Two home runs tonight by Houston and Keel. Now Carter. 9 home runs on the season for Houston. Broken bat, that'll get down. Pena digging hard. Base throw. Safe.
It's a good hustle double by Pena. He was running hard right out of the box. He knew that Bay was going to be able to cut it off. Take a look at it. Jams him. Broken bat double. See Bay come over and pick it up off the warning track. A pretty good throw. One hopper right in the second. Yeah, you can see him. He's running hard. He knows. He'll have to get on it if he wants to make it.
A strikeout. Good start for Carter. Caps that a double, a 2-run homer, and a double. 12 hits banged out by Houston. They had 22 last night.
Another look at our Super Mo.
He holds on. He's got him.
Not sure. I think from the other angle. Because he was reaching out to pick that ball up. It wasn't right on the bag, I don't think. It looked like Pena was able to get his foot in there.
To this point, good grief. Houston's out hit the Mariners in the series 41-19.
Which is remarkable when you think about how badly they were struggling coming into the series.
Right?
But they've taken advantage of a couple of starting pitchers that struggled. Blake Bevan finally settled down and got into a groove, but they were able to put some runs, 5 runs on him, or only 4 of them earned. But
they came in on Monday. The Astros hitting $1.99. Started today 246, and they've added to it.
Probably picked up more hits in the series than they had coming into it.
They came in, let's see, they came in with 39 hits.
Now they have
41. Yeah, there you go. He makes the catch. Martinez retired. 2 outs. Boy, that's damage, huh? 41 hits.
And there's a lot of extra base hits in there too. These aren't CNI singles that we're talking about.
And the home runs,
doubles.
They got 2 home runs tonight. 3 doubles tonight. Good grief! Last night they had 5 homers.
Speaking of home runs, Rick Ankiel has one of them tonight. He had a home run in the second inning.
Strike one to Rick. 0-1 pitch. Pretty much straight away center field. Since then, a fly to left and a strikeout.
Take a look at the swing by Rick Ankiel. Hits it out of center field. Gutierrez going back, but flies over the wall, his second home run of the year.
Good heat, 1-2. Sixth hitter of this inning for Carter Capps. Seven, 3 Houston. And Shepik holds on. Inning starts with a strikeout, ends with a strikeout, but in between a double, 2-run homer and a double. 7-3 Astros.
For the new era.
Washington's lottery. One more chances to win some cash. Buy $5 Mega Millions ticket with a $5 Mega Flyer and receive a voucher for a chance to win one of 5 $1,000 prizes each week. Play bonus play from Washington's lottery today. Visit WALottery.com for details. Not a big crowd, but a happy crowd. In spite of the fact that the Mariners are down 7-3 to the Astros in this rubber match. New combatants in the American League West. Here's Ackley leading off. Ackley, Shepik, and Ryan. 7, 8, and 9 in the order for the Mariners. Here in the home 7th. Ellis Keuchel came on after Brad Peacock surrendered a home run to Goody, leading off the 6th. Mariners 1 run in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th, and 1 in the 6th. Brandon Barnes takes over in left field for J.D. Martinez.
Come on, Dad.
Bouncing ball to Altuve. Pena one out. Let's take a look at our money tree in time play. And Kelly Shepik comes up big.
He's not only swinging the bat well tonight, but a fine throw down at second base to get Maxwell. Quick tag by Brendan Ryan. Kelly Shepik having a good night.
That ended the 4th inning. Maxwell trying to steal a base. Shepik home run in the 3rd, RBI double in the 5th, 2 for 2.
That's the highest batting average I've seen on the board in a long time. Yeah. One of the best he's got.
Reminder hear about a great series coming up with the Texas Rangers on our ticker. So look at some more action in the bullpen. The right-hander, we saw him, Hector Ambriz, saw him last night. Wesley Wright, the left-hander.
Rangers coming down. It's always fun. Felix going tomorrow night. To believe Iwakun was going to be excited to pitch against you, Darvish, for sure. Be an interesting matchup.
2 strikes to Shopik. Crowded him. 2-2. Sashi Iwakuma is off to an outstanding start. And next to interpreter Anthony Suzuki. And it should be a fun battle. You Darvish 2-0. Mariners have hit the ball well against Darvish. Our century linked to what's next. Iwakuma, good ERA at 2.57. Darvish at 1.98.
What the opponent's average against Iwakuma? Just 128.
Man, that's impressive. Good start by both men. One out, nobody on here in the Mariners' home 7th, down 7-3. They closed to 5-3. Chris Carter hit a mammoth 2-run shot top half of this inning. Ball down low, so Shopik's perfect night continues.
Been surprised actually. You have a 4-run lead and you throw him a 3-2 breaking ball.
Wow. Brendan Ryan 0 for 2, ground out to short, strikeout. Some gloves out here, because it never fails. We've seen it happen for the Mariners and against the Mariners. A couple of walks, an error, someone loses concentration, you get a break, boom, next thing you know it's a ball.
Well, and again, you know the Astros are aware of it, but you have Michael Morris sitting on your bench. Montero was over there too, so a couple of guys with some pop.
That's right.
First night off. And hit his 6th home run of the season last night.
Off speed pitch hit to right field for Rick Ankiel. 2 outs. 2 outs, top of the order, and Jason Bay, who's 0 for 3. Anxious for blue skies and green grass. Make plans to spend a sunny afternoon or summer evening here at Safeco Field with family and friends. Groups of 20 or more. You're going to receive special ticket discounts, and the more you bring, the more you save. So book your group outing to Safeco Field right now at mariners.com/group. Bay was not in the starting lineup. Michael Saunders was, and the first batter of the game, Altuve, power-packed, mighty light second baseman, drove a ball to deep right center field. Saunders caught it, crashed into the wall, and strained his right shoulder and had to be taken out of the game immediately. No further word on prognosis or anything. 1-1 to count the Bay, and here we go. Mike, this ball has hit a ton, too.
I think it surprised Michael. He's on a full run. Typically, you'll be able to brace yourself a little bit, and you can see how hard he hits the wall as he reaches up and makes the catch up around the line at the top of the wall, but he didn't brace himself at all. And there you go, the frown on the sign out there, the condor. Let's hope they can get him back quickly. He's been really playing well for them.
That moniker put on Michael Saunders by Lee Tinsley, first base coach here a few years ago. Michael, long, loping strides, long arms, covers a lot of ground. And they get the force. Gonzalez to Altuve. Bay hits into a fielder's choice. That'll do it for the Mariners. To the 8th we go. They're down by 4. On Root Sports, being brought to you by Captain Morgan. Raise your glass, always in moderation, to life, love, and loot. Good time-lapse look at what has happened here at Safeco Field on a cloudy, cool evening. 56 degrees at first pitch time, 7-11 down to 52 right now. That's a brisk 52. 10,493 on hand. Astros got out to a quick lead for the second night in a row. 3-0 after 2, 5-0 after 2.5.
Carter Capps did not pitch in last night's game, so Eric Wedge extending him. 24 pitches now for Carter.
Got Matt Dominguez, the third baseman, leading off. Dominguez, Gonzalez, and Altuve here in the 8th. Capps started the 7th inning. He struck out Maxwell, but then gave up a double to Castro, a 2-run bomb by Carter, double by Pena. Then he was able to get the last 2 outs. That's pretty well hit center field. Goody's got to give some ground. Can't make the catch. Dominguez to second. He's going to put it in the gear. He's going to dig for third. Here's the throw. Got a chance. He's meat. He hesitated going into second, and that's what cost him.
I don't think he busted it out of the box either. I think he was watching the play to see if Franklin was going to make the catch. We'll take a look at it. Hits it hard to center field, and you can see him just gliding to first and watching the play. I was actually surprised. Didn't you think he was going to stop at second?
Oh, I thought for sure he was going to. I was stunned when I saw him kick it. Man.
Let's see Franklin going back. He knows that wall is getting close to him as he reaches up. Not able to get a glove on it. Hits the corner, and when you see the ball ricocheting back, it's when Dominguez decided to go for it. Oh, the Mariners out.
Well said. 8-6-5. 1 out.
Good relay by Brendan Ryan.
Marwin Gonzalez walk, strike out, base hit the center. Gonzalez batting ninth. Full quarters batting order. 2-1. Both players back off. 7-3 lead for the Astros. 13 more hits.
Stephen Pryor has been really good for the Mariners, getting loose out in their pen.
Look out. That is way gone. Home run Marwin Gonzalez. 8-3 Houston. Another hit on the board for the Astros. Their 14th, their third home run tonight. That leaves any configuration.
Jumps on a fastball. Carter going right at him. That'll bring out Eric Wedge. Carter Capps throwing 30 pitches. Again, they're having to extend these guys because the bullpen has been used quite a bit here in the last 2 nights. And that went well back into the seats. I think he makes that catch. He was interfered with.
Boy, this has not been a lot of laughs here tonight. Oh, Houston 8-3. Good look at CenturyLink and looking at the rest of the city. Root Sports presents the all-new Game Control interactive second screen experience, bringing you closer to the game than ever before. Live game stats, trends, and analysis. Go to rootsports.com/Northwest. Click on the Game Control banner now to connect and get in on the action. New pitcher Stephen Pryor, third pitcher tonight for the Mariners.
Stephen's been really good out of the gates. Faced 10 batters and retired all of them. This will be his 4th appearance, 3 1/3 so far for him. 1 strikeout. Again, hasn't given up a hit.
Altuve, second baseman, takes ball 1. There's a strike, 1-1. Bobby, I'm from Bose. I'm
Just
from
called up
Boise.
today, right?
Yeah, he got called up today with Licky being sent down. Licky had been getting a lot of work, and then he went deep. What, 3 innings last night?
Yeah, and he also had an option, so
that was a big one.
That'll catch up to you if you need some help in your bullpen, and they've definitely been short.
Licky last night, 3 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 3 strikeouts. Right field, backing up Bay. 2 outs. Brings up Justin Maxwell. Gordon caps an inning at 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, no walks, 2 Ks. There's Maxwell, 1 for 4. That pitch. Strike 1 to Maxwell. 367 feet on the home run by Marlon Maxwell.
Working on that pitch in spring training, throwing more curveballs. Looks like he has a pretty good one.
The middle lane. Boy, does he make that play look easy. But smoke was off the bag. Tough break. Man, Ryan angry with himself, but that was a good looking play.
That would have been a great play. First of all, I didn't think he was going to get to it.
Right.
And then you have the speedy Maxwell running as Brendan goes and gets it. Watch him field and end up in the outfield grass. The spin, quick spin with something on it. And Justin Smoke just not able to quite keep his foot on the bag as you look at our McDonald's Supermo. And the athletic play by Brendan Ryan.
He practices those pretty much every day. So it's hardly foreign to him.
Yeah.
Tell you what, you go out and try to make that happen. Man, that's a terrific play. Just pulling Smoke off the bag. Base hit for Maxwell, his second tonight. Brings up Juan Castro.
If you were talking to me, first of all, I'd blow out a knee, and secondly, the ball would end up in the seat somewhere.
No, we're talking about the time capsule days, Mike. We're taking it back 20 years. Come on.
All right, 20 years. I wouldn't have gotten to it. Base hit Maxwell. He's something. That would have been a really. You could tell he was upset about it too. He likes to take those hits away.
Yeah,
it's a good play. Nice effort.
1-1. Castro. "15 hits for the Houston Astros. It is 44 on the series." Dave Clark, former Dodger and Pirate, just getting out of the way. Dave Tremblay's coach third, former Orioles manager. 2-2. Strike 3 called. 8-3 Houston. Texas Rangers coming to town. We've got news on the immediate future of Nolan Ryan. Angie Mentink will have more details when we get back.
Seattle and Houston wrapping up their 3-game series. Tomorrow the Mariners start a 4-game series with the Texas Rangers, and Nolan Ryan is going to stay on as their CEO. You see, his status had been in limbo over the last few weeks as the team restructured their front office, but he released a statement today saying yes, he is staying on in his current role and he hopes to bring a title to the Texas Rangers. Now guys, I just want to be clear, there's absolutely no truth to the rumor that John Daniels, their GM, actually charged the mound on Nolan Ryan and he put him in a headlock and made him stay on as the CEO. There's no truth to that.
There was a little bit of conflict down there, boy. I tell you what, thank you, Angie. That was a big surprise in baseball circles when JD moved up. Not so much that JD moved up, but that looked like Nolan was going to be out of a job.
Well, I'm glad that they figured it out, to be honest with you, because he's a great baseball man, and
meant a lot to that.
And he's been a big part of what's been going on down there. It's like the trainer going to come out.
Cruz looks like he may have developed a blister. Yeah. Trying to get a little run here tonight. He's been announced into the game and may not throw a pitch. Well, he's going to take a look. Cruz pitched an inning and got a strikeout. The Mariners 3-0 win in the home opener on Monday night.
He has a good arm. His fastball being mid to upper 90s.
Gutierrez will lead off. Reiner Cruz, 26 years old. He's out of Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. Born there, lives there. 6'2", 215. Signed with Detroit as a 16-year-old non-drafted free agent. Goody to left field. Backing up Barnes. He's got room. Out.
Last fastball, 98 miles an hour, right on the inside corner.
Reiner Cruz, a Rule 5 draftee, added in 2011 to the Astros roster. AQC bringing you the pitch tracker. Here's Morales. Strike one to Kendricks has bounced into a double play. Popped to third and walked. Mariners with just 4 hits. Kelly Shopik's got 2. Home run and an RBI double. Banez has a double. And Goody has a home run. Swing and a miss. Mariners have not been able to bunch anything. A run on 1 hit in the 3rd. They have 1 hit in the 4th. A run on a hit in the 5th. Ditto in the 6th.
Just a couple of walks, 3 walks tonight for the Mariners. Hit batter Ackley, but he ended up scoring.
Oh, and 2 to Morales. Up the middle. Finds a hole, base hit. Keep up with your favorite Northwest teams by signing up for Root Sports eConnect, your weekly email newsletter that keeps you up to date with programming, highlights, scores, and exclusive Root Sports team partner promotions. Visit rootsports.com and sign up today. Brings up Raul Banez.
Dave mentioned a double tonight. His last time up, hit the ball hard. It was a line drive and a diving catch by Rick Ankiel in right field robbed him of a hit.
inside, 2-0. You get 3-0.
Rawls always been a patient hitter, and you get late into the game, you're down 5 runs, he'll let you walk him if you want to do that. He knows they need base runners.
It's a strike, 3-1. Takes a walk. Morales down to second. Kyle Seager, he'll be the hitter. Eighth inning, 1 out, runners at first and second.
Kyle off to a slow start. 0 for 3 tonight. Good year last year. Led the club in home runs and RBIs. Time for him to get it going. He should give you a good fastball to hit here in this at bat.
8-3 Houston lead. 2 on, 1 out. Hey, upstairs. Ball 1. Porter.
He's going to make sure that he's okay.
Remember at the beginning of the inning, there was concern about a possible blister.
Izzy Porter looking him right in the eyes. Tell me the truth. Are you okay or not?
Right.
I need to know right now. We don't need any heroes out here.
There you go.
Looks like he convinced him that he was fine.
Want to know the count here to Kyle Seager. Cruz struggling trying to get consistent. Strike. 1-1. Astros with their big win last night into the 6-game losing streak. Guys rushing it up there pretty well.
Last couple of fastballs, it looks to me that he had to take some of it off, and now by doing that he's 94 and this one at 95, trying to get it back in the strike zone. He's topped out at 98. Kyle a little bit late on that running fastball.
Two strikes to Seager. Foul back again.
There you go. Now he's letting it go. 97 on that one.
8 runs, 15 hits, no errors for the Astros. 3 runs, 5 hits, and an error for the Mariners. Big pitch here to Seager. Just away, 2-2.
Kyle's been late on his fastball. Maxwell, the center fielder, shading him towards left center, expecting him to hit the ball the other way. Big gap out in right center field.
2-2 pitch. And they gap right center. Easy catch, Maxwell. Tagging Morales. He'll get there with a slide. 2 outs, runners at the corners. Banez, he holds it first. And Smoke swing the bat here. He is 0 for 3 this evening. Tough go for Justin. 5 for 31 now.
Justin was able to get a base hit his last time up last night, drive in a couple of runs. See if he can check in right here.
Setting up inside. 97, strike 1.
He tried to drive everybody in with this swing. Take a look at our McDonald Supermo. Swings at this fastball just above the belt. A little bit late, can't catch up to it. A big swing from Smoke.
Two outs, 2 on. Popped up, and it's out of play. Smoking an 0-2 hold. Caught it in his beer. How about that? Clean catch in the beer. Nonchalant. Do it every day.
He was pretty calm about it, wasn't he?
Do it every day. Wardrobe taking a hit, but he made the catch. Oh, man. 0-2 to Smoke.
I'll tell you, Reiner Cruz has turned it loose on the last couple of fastballs, including that one that he had 98 miles an hour on the last 2 fastballs.
That's very cool. Like he does it every day. Two to Smoke. Whoa, that's a great save by Castro.
It's 3 fastballs in a row at 98 miles an hour.
Ball, 2 strikes, couple of men on. Bottom of the 8th. Down 5. Now time is called. He's going to be looking for 98, 99. I'm figuring on this pitch, right?
He's going to have to get him down in the strike zone. Adjusting from the left side. Anything above the belt, especially with that type of velocity, is going to be tough for him to catch up. He really needs to look down in the zone.
2-2. Backing up as Maxwell has a beat on it, handed all away. Couple of men stranded, 8 complete here at Safeco Field. All Houston 8-3. Ninth inning. Roster move made after last night's ball game. Bobby Laframboise recalled from Tacoma and sent down to Tacoma. Lucas Litke, 4 games for Lucas, 3 innings and 8.31 ERA. Bobby has pitched well down at Tacoma, so Bobby gets the call and he makes his major league debut right now.
And I'm sure that he is thrilled, as we were talking about in the break and watching him come in, knowing that this is his major league debut. You were mentioning that it was a little chilly out. I said, this kid has no idea if it's cold right now. He's excited just to be on the mound.
8th round pick, June 08 draft.
Yeah.
Turns 27 in June. He's out of Downey, California, 6'4", 215. He went 5-2 at Tacoma last year in 27 games with a 1.59 ERA and 4 saves in 39 2/3 innings. 38 strikeouts, 16 walks. First hitter's Chris Carter. Carter has had a fabulous night. Again, he's got 3 hits, 2 singles to left, scored a run, and a monstrous 2-run homer in the 7th. Way back in the bullpen. Bobby 2-0 now. Carter, Pena, and Barnes 4, 5, and 6 here for the Astros.
A little bit of a sidearm. Take a look at him as he drops down. Needs some deception against some left-handed hitters. That style.
2-1. Low 3-1. Laframboise selected by the White Sox 23rd round 05. Did not sign in 07 when Arizona took him. The 14th round, he did sign with the Mariners in 08 in the 8th.
Jose Veras getting loose in the Astros bullpen.
Payoff here to Carter. Strike 3 call. Bobby Lott from Boyce's first time in the majors, strikes out his first batter. Chris Carter got him looking.
Take a look at the delivery from Bobby and our McDonald's Supermo. All right, first major league strikeout out of the way. May as well get greedy. Have another one right here.
Absolutely. Carlos Pena, lefty swinging. Let's see what happens here. Strike 1. 41, Jose Veras. See him in the bottom of the ninth. Ball 1-1. Mariners will have the bottom third of their order coming up in the home ninth. Ackley, Shopik, and Ryan. Shopik, the hitting hero, 2 for 2 with a walk, 2 runs batted in. He's got a homer and an RBI double. Mariners with just 5 hits this evening. Opponents hit just 191 against Bobby last year. Rainier's pitcher of the year. Big sweeping breaking ball struck him out.
Okay, why not strike out the side? Goes back to the breaking ball. This little slider, 77 miles an hour, takes a lot off of it, and Pena, you can see, is way out in front. Good pitch.
Brendan Barnes is the hitter. Took over in left field in the 7th inning. Ryan charges. Off from Boyce, an outstanding debut. 2 strikeouts and a ground out. To the 9th we go. Work to do for the Mariners. Down 5, bottom third of the order coming up. your groove thing. Bad dancing there. And that is his moniker, the Bad Dancer. He's renowned here in Seattle, going back to the Kingdome days and MLB Network, and all kinds of folks show his work. First time you saw him, you thought?
What's that?
First time you saw him, you thought what?
I don't know what to think. I know I've watched him for a lot of years. Jose Veras going to take over for the Astros. Mariners just 3 outs to work with. Be 7, 8, and 9 as we take a look at the 4th appearance for Veras. 3 strikeouts, couple of walks. High opponent's average 357 here early in the 3 innings that he has worked.
Dustin Ackley going to try to get something going here. He's got a ground out to second. Was hit by a pitch, scored on the Shopik double, and grounded out to second again. Big right-hander Jose Veras. Been a struggle, to say the least, for Mr. Ackley. Strike 1-1. Big bender. Good pitch. 1-2. Doing 2. Also out of Santo Domingo, the Dominican Republic, as his Cruz. Slow breaking ball gets Ackley 1 out.
He got ahead of him with the fastball and then went right to the breaking balls. Our McDonald's Supermo. You can see Dustin trying to reach for this last one, throwing it on the outside corner, but he's out in front of it. Swings over the top. With that, we'll see Kelly Shopik. He's had a good night. Saw him throw out a base runner tonight, a couple of hits and a walk, including his first home run of the year.
Strike 1. Veras started his pro career in '98, got to the bigs in '06 with the Yankees for 12 games. Was with that organization into the '09 season. Went to Cleveland, 2010 in Florida, Pittsburgh in 11, Milwaukee last year. Big league record of 19-17 with a 4.01 ERA. Had 60 minor league saves and 5 in the big league. It's that corner 1-2. One and 2 to Shopik. It's going to get over Altuve's head for a base hit. Perfect night for Kelly Shopik. Home run, RBI double, a walk, and a single.
a good job of staying on that breaking ball. I think he hit it off the end of the bat a little bit, but at least he was able to wait back long enough. Dump it in the outfield for another base hit. Good night for Kelly. See if Brendan Ryan hit a ball through the hole on the right side of the infield. Altuve, the second baseman, is playing up the middle. Entire right side of the diamond is wide open for Brendan if he wants to do it. Third baseman's also playing back, a little bit surprised.
Around the horn they're going to go. That's your ball game. No doubt about it. How about the Houston Astros? They come into Seattle, take 2 out of 3. They win this one 8-3. They outscore the Mariners 24-15, out-hit them 46-21.
Well,
ouch.
And the difference is the Mariners win the first game, they shut them out, and then you give the Astros an opportunity early in the game last night and then again tonight to jump out ahead, and not by a run or two, but by a bunch of runs, and that makes it difficult for the guys to try to come back on it. So they're going to have to get things worked out. And when you need to get things worked out, it's probably a pretty good idea to run Felix Hernandez out there. Felix will take the mound for the Mariners tomorrow night.
Timing's everything, and it works out well. We'll see you tomorrow night for that. But right now, we continue with our programming, the post-game show. Brad Adam, Dave Valley. It's all yours, fellas.
Gentlemen, thank you. So the Mariners lose.